Hello, my children. I hope you all are doing well today. Yes? So, before we start today's class, let's quickly revisit what we have done in our last class. I've introduced you a new word called photosynthesis, right, children? Yes? So, in the last class, we learned about an amazing process called photosynthesis. And what did we learn in that? Yes? We discovered that the plants are actually the master chefs because they prepare food on their own. And where do they prepare the food? Inside their leaves. Plants use sunlight as energy, water from roots and carbon dioxide from air. And chlorophyll is present in leaves. Now, with all these ingredients, they prepare glucose, which is the end product formed during the process of photosynthesis. And also, they release oxygen for us to breathe. Right, children? Yeah? So, we also learned that leaves are called the food factories. Right? And sunlight is very important for plants. And oxygen, which is released by plants, helps all the living things to survive. Life wouldn't exist without oxygen. Right? And remember the humor what we got in our class? Yeah? Plants never order food online, but they make food on their own using a solar powered kitchen. What do you mean by solar powered kitchen? That means plants use sunlight to cook food. Okay, now let us move ahead today, children, and learn more about photosynthesis in detail and also the end products formed during the process of photosynthesis. Right? So today's class is going to be even more interesting. Okay? Now, what is photosynthesis? Plants prepare food by a special process called photosynthesis. Can I have everyone's attention here? What is the process name? Photosynthesis. Right. You heard me right. So, photo means light and synthesis means putting things together. So, photosynthesis means making food using sunlight. Okay, so now plants need, remember children, plants need four important things, that is sunlight, water, carbon dioxide from air and chlorophyll, a green color pigment present in the leaves. Okay, and after cooking, plants make, what do they make? Dun-dun-dun, they make glucose. Right, which is food, and oxygen for us, for all living things. So basically, plants are cooking for themselves and giving us free oxygen, that is fresh air. Right? So now we will talk about the ingredients, children. So photosynthesis is just like a cooking a recipe. Okay? So imagine you are making noodles without ingredients. Is it possible? No, it is impossible. We cannot make it without the ingredients. So plants also need ingredients, right? Like sunlight, the stuff, water, their cooking liquid, and carbon dioxide, ingredient from air. And chlorophyll as the green color pigment, the superhero present inside the leaves. Chlorophyll traps sunlight and starts the food making process. Okay, so without chlorophyll it is not possible. So that's why most of the leaves are green in color. So next time when you see green leaves, remember it is a superhero. So whenever you see green leaves, remember that there is a pigment present inside the leaves. Okay, now let us understand inside the leaf. Okay, what is there and what is present inside the leaf. Okay, so now just let us quickly enter the secret kitchen, that is leaf. Inside a leaf, you can see it is presented on my screen. So leaves have tiny holes called stomata. Tiny means really tiny, children. Okay, smaller than your exam handwriting. Okay, so that means you cannot see it with naked eyes. Okay, stomata, they are very, very, very small. So inside the leaves, inside the leaves are chloroplasts. Okay, and what is present in chloroplast? Chlorophyll. So with all these things, a magic happens, children. What is the magic? Okay, so the magic is that the water plus carbon dioxide plus sunlight forms what? Glucose and oxygen. Okay? And guess what? Plants release oxygen into the air for us to breathe. Right? The fresh air. So technically, every breath you take, we take is a gift from plants. Right, children? I hope you all understood clear. Now let us move on to the end products formed during the process of photosynthesis. Glucose is the first food, okay, made during the process of photosynthesis. Now just think of the glucose like we have it as energy drink, okay, right? So it's this glucose, it's like it gives quick energy for the plants, okay? Like sometimes we also have it, right? So what is glucose responsible for in the plants? So it helps in growth, it helps in making flowers, it helps to carry out different functions in plants, and also it helps for like the fruits, for the growth of fruits and seeds in the plant, okay? So plants uses glucose immediately. So just like you all do it, right? How? So like, whenever you eat biryani, suddenly you feel energetic for 10 to 15 minutes and then again you feel sleepy, right? Yes, but children, the question arises here, what happens if plants make extra glucose? Okay, so if they make extra glucose, what happens? Okay, so do the plants throw away the extra glucose from their so does the plant throw it away? No, right? So what does it do? Plants store extra food as starch. Okay, like you do it. Starch is just like a lunch box packed for later. And starch is stored in roots of the plant, seeds and stems. Example, potato, rice, wheat, bread, all are rich in starch, children. So next time when you eat rice, remember you are eating stored plant energy. Okay, right? So now children, we will understand the difference between glucose and starch. Okay, so we have learnt today new two words, the end products, that is glucose and starch. Now don't get confused between glucose and starch. Okay, we will understand it very, very clearly. Okay, so now don't just now I have discussed in my previous slide that glucose is the instant energy. Okay, and starch is the stored energy. Okay, like glucose is just like, you eat chocolate immediately whenever you feel low or you feel that you need energy. Okay, and starch is just like you're packing food for later. Okay, yes. So now let us move on to the next. My question is that where do we find this glucose? Okay, yes. So fruits like apples, bananas, grapes, okay, in honey, flower nectar, and where do you find starch? Yeah, so you find it in potato, bread, rice, corn, right? So that's the difference between glucose and starch. So basically, plants are running the world's biggest food factory. Okay, right? So now, so glucose gives quick energy. That's why, so that's why fruits make us give us energy quickly, right? Like you have banana sometimes. Starch releases energy slowly, children. Okay, that's the difference. So that's why food like rice and bread keeps us full longer. So banana, like whenever you are going for your games period or you're going for some sports, okay, so you have banana before sports, right? So it gives you a quick boost. Okay. And for example, for starch, rice meal, long-lasting energy. So plants, children, they know nutrition better than many humans. Okay. So, okay. Now let us conclude our topic, children. Okay. What we have learned. Okay. So plants are truly Earth's green superheroes. They make food, they store energy, they give oxygen, and also they support life on Earth. Okay. So, and what if like photosynthesis process doesn't happen, children? There would be no oxygen. Just think of the consequences, children. No oxygen, no food, no life. So next time when you see a plant, don't just walk away. Say thank you. Show your gratitude and say thank you, Master Chef. Okay? So that's what today's class we learned more about the end products and also we did a recap. So children, before we leave the class, let us you please repeat after me and understand, okay, the definition of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is the process by which green plants prepare their food using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. And what are the end products? Glucose and oxygen. So I hope children you understood the lesson well. Okay. So if you have enjoyed today's fun science class, so don't forget to like. So if you have enjoyed today's fun science class, don't forget to like, comment, share it with your friends too, children. And please subscribe to Teach Aura for more fun and easy learning videos. See you all in the next class, children. So please take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Thank you.